management of professionalism. Basically, the managing a professionalism is not an easy task because it covers many aspects and one has to follow all those principles and theories and bylaws and everything, and so as to follow certain skills and certain techniques as a manager. Uh, and for the effective management, we, it is for the effective management and for perfectly monitoring and handling and managing managing the employees, managing the profession itself, managing the systems, whatever the things we are working with as a manager or as a professional manager, that then we have to take care of things in a professional way. Professional managers have to cover different aspects and have to meet the deadlines, and for the sake of the continuous support and the motivation of their subordinates for the achievement of organizational goals. For example, if I'm a manager, I'm a professional manager, I have to motivate, I have to keep the high morale of my subordinates, of my juniors, to make their spirits high through different techniques and different processes, so that the morale is high, their motivation is high. In this way, as a manager can achieve the targets of the organization, the vision and mission of the organizations. For this sake, the self-awareness is also important for the managers, and that the self-awareness helps him to assess the needs, assess the problems of an organization. Definitely, there are essential factors for the professional managers, and these are to be taken care of by the professional managers. Professional managers means, here I again want to explain this concept. Any managerial setup which falls into the domain of a profession. For example, if it's general administration, the things are very closely similar, but if there is it's not a professional management, it's not a general management, it is a professional management system, or the one has to manage the things in a professional organizations. For example, in education, in engineering, in medical. For example, if you are manager of the medical college, dental college, if you are manager of law college, so these are the profession, and in these type of the organizations and setups, the things are a bit different from the general administrations. For example, the factors that are essential for a professional managers are specialized in technical knowledge. I can't be a good manager of an organization which deals with any profession until or unless I have very sound knowledge of that profession. For example, if I am manager in college or in school, I am administrator of the college or school or the university or department or the faculty, I should know what is educational management, what is the educational organization, how to administer the things in an educational setup, what is the challenges of that profession. As a professional, maintaining standards through self-governing organizations, because in professions there are certain rules of regulating itself by the profession. There are organizational rules, there are professional rules of managing the things. Let me give an example. For example, if it is a department, teacher training department or the teacher training college, the principal of the college has own rules to follow, to implement, to administer. On the other hand, the teachers have to follow certain rules of the accreditation council of that profession. It could be either medical field or engineering field or whatever the field of the profession is. And the continuous study, there's a need of the continuous study for the managers as well as the professional practitioners. And one has to take care of the public interest because the professionals work for the society, and the direct benefit and the impact on the society. And let us talk about specialized and technical knowledge. Every since every profession has different type of the challenges, different types of the expectations and skills and the competencies are required. Therefore, the professional manager needs to have specialized knowledge of that profession, and he or she should maintain the standards through self-governing organizations. Self-governing means there are certain rules of the individual, rules of the accreditation councils, rules of the organizations, rules of to be followed within this organization as a general principles, and the continuous study. The professional has to maintain the continuous study because with the passage of time, new knowledge, latest knowledges, which are not only adding something into the previous knowledge, but they are making the previous knowledge and the concept and the skills redundant in one or other way. Therefore, it is essential for a professional to maintain, to update, to enhance the personal study, to make continuous study. Public interest. One has to take care of the public interest, and one has to ensure, as a professional manager, ensure public welfare and the interest. Yes, this our organizations, our individuals are really serving the public interest, and they are increasing productivity level or not. Is there any positive impact? And it is really significant in impact, and and really they are playing active role in the development of the society, or they are contributing for betterment of community behavior. Functions of the professional managers. Since the professional manager has not only maintained and follow the rules and the regulations of that setup or institutions, either college, school, but as I mentioned earlier, they follow and implement the rules and regulations of that professions, and he has to face the many challenges. He has not only to get his or her work done, but he has to take care and to how, in what way he or she can increase the productivity of the employees, how to have a better impact on the society, how to have a good results of the organizations. Therefore, one has to have a familiarity with the different principles, rules, and technologies and techniques, etc. And there are multiple functions in a way: organizing and allocating resources. This is the list of the resources. These are the things to be organized, and he should knows the team members, not only the team members professional level, his personality, his behavior, his psychology, and he should be good communicator. What he or she wants to say, really that is being communicated, and really that is being understood in a true spirit and 100% in the same way that has been communicated. Planning and selecting priorities. One should be given less priority with this moment, and the next time it could be high priority. And the self-awareness. What are the self-awareness means? Critical thinkers. He should know what is the impact, and it is the diagnostic assessment of the things. Motivating team members, organizing and allocating resources. You have long list of the resources. You have to organize with the priorities, and you have to take care of for the effective and cost effective utilization and uses of available resources, financial resources, human resources, etc. And you have to know your, as mentioned earlier, your team very deeply, their issues, their problems, their priorities, their challenges, their social and their professional issues, professional problems. One should be the good communicator, as we discussed already. Planning and selecting priorities. The manager has to know how to plan the things, when to planning the things, and when to give the priorities to this things and that thing. That is based on principle, that is smarter, specific, measurable, acceptable, realistic, time frame, extending, and rewarding. This is the principles of how to plan the things and how to select the priorities. Self-awareness, he should know critically what are the liking and disliking, the attitudes and skills of managing the emotions, etc. Motivating the team members, he has to recognize the efforts of the employees, he has to appreciate the things, he or she as a manager has to make the accountability and appreciation of the things, and not only monitor but mentor and guide for the improvement, like trainings and career counseling. And there are certain issues there as a professional managers always face. That issues are needed to be, they are essential to be handled by the managers, and those are public trust. He has to maintain the public trust, that the community should trust. And there is a misconception that one is the professional, he is the elite type of the person. For example, he is a medical doctor, he is an engineer, and he is a highly professional man, therefore he is the man of the elite level. So this is misconceptions. He has to realize that the professional is part and parcel of the system, and he has to take care of the public expectations. What are the expectations of the public, how his people, how his personnel are meeting those expectations. And there is always increasing complexity of specializations. This is specializations, how the peoples look at it, accountable to multiple constituents. There are different stakeholders of a professions. For example, accreditation bodies, the high top level management, and the society, the community. So he has to take care of that one is really accountable to these different constituents. And public interest, we have already discussed, one has to take care of the public interest. This is the interest of the public, we have to maintain the public interest, and there is no elitist concept in a profession, and the professional becomes the part and parcel of the society. And the professional have no monopoly, because he has to serve the community, has to contribute the society. He is not taking care of one's personal needs or the priorities and the personal benefits. A public expectation, there is a long list of the public expectations. The professional has to meet those expectations. And with the new knowledge, with the new explorations, the level of the specializations varies. There not only varies, but it is increased, it becomes complex, it needs to be enhanced. Therefore this is important issues to be taken care of. Accountable to multiple constituents, as we already discussed, there are different stakeholders of a professional, so one has to be ready to be accountable to everyone. And this discussions, we can conclude that the professional has to perform, has to address different challenges, and has to follow the different rules and procedures. And to address those rules and procedures, the professional manager has to enhance his competencies and the skills, and to address the issues of not only the organizations but the juniors working with him with the collective wisdoms, with the different techniques for the achievement of the general and specific goals of the organization.